All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that don't know me, I was given the name Pimo Se Maingan, which means walking wolf, over 34 years ago. We're going to just hold off a few minutes because we still got a couple people straggling in, so we want to give them an opportunity to get settled and sit with their families. And it's so nice to see everybody. My English name is Ray Stevenson. Everybody kind of knows me as Coco, so we will get started in a few minutes. I'm just giving you guys a heads up, all right? Thank you, and it's nice to see so many faces here today. Miigwech. Well, first of all, I want to start off by acknowledging Morgan Grace and her fiddle, and Mr. DeJarlis with his guitar playing, Lionel. So let's give them a nice big round of applause. And I was given her card, so what you see on this card and what you see on the agenda is two different things, but she goes by Morgan Grace. I didn't know that. I learned that today. First of all, I'd like to say the University of Winnipeg and Aboriginal Student Service Center would like to welcome you to our celebration today. We are honored to be able to acknowledge the academic achievements of our First Nation, Inuit, Métis, and it is really, really nice to see all of you people here today. You know, for those of you that didn't get a chance a little bit earlier, my spirit name is Pimose Mayangan, Walking Wolf. My English name is Ray Stevenson, a.k.a. Coco. That's a nickname I had since I was a young boy, before I could even walk. You know, we're not having a graduation powwow, but it was suggested that we bring some dancers here today. And we're very lucky and honored to be able to have some of the powwow dancers from Wichiwakanuk, which the university also has powwow club every year for the last 7 or 8 years. And I've been lucky enough to be able to facilitate that. And we have two families that attend regularly. So we're going to open up today with song and dance. Following that, we're going to have a prayer, and then we're going to continue on with our agenda. So with that being said, you know, it is a little bit of an honor song. So if you do stand, that would be nice. If you can't, then that's fine too. You know, the Walking Wolf singers are from Treaty Number 1 territory. They've also been known to host the Wichiwakanuk Powwow Club on Tuesdays, and they've been host drum a couple of times for the University of Powwow. So with that being said, we're going to get things started with song and dance. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to be able to call Sharon Peltier to be with us, the elder for Aboriginal Student Service Center. Help us out giving blessing.
Good afternoon. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. Every time I come to a graduation ceremony, I feel so blessed and honored to be a part of this time in our history. Generations ago, when our grandmothers and our grandfathers signed the treaties, it was to give us an opportunity to be equal to our brothers and sisters from other lands. And with every graduation and every graduate that obtains that certificate, that degree, that diploma, it honors our ancestors. And I am humbled to be a part of that tradition, and that knowing that our prayers are answered in good ways. When I was sitting earlier, there was no official way to bless the food because they were all distributed at the tables, which is fine. So I took a sample of everything from our table, and I did a prayer asking Creator to bless the food, acknowledging the grandmothers and the grandfathers of the four directions, Mother Earth, Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, and Grandfather Sun. And I asked him to bless each and every one of us that are here today, that we continue in a good way as we walk our paths, and that with each blessing, with each one of us that are blessed, that it continues on, that He blesses our family and our loved ones and all those that we love and care for, and on until it covers Mother Earth, so that all of us are blessed in this ceremony today. And I'd like to acknowledge first, and I always do this to myself, my spirit name is Gichimaskwa, Maskwani Totem, Great Bear of the Bear Clan. My parents are from Norway House, Manitoba, born and raised. Me and my siblings were born here in Winnipeg. And as a product of the residential school system, we never knew our language. Our parents did not want to do that to us because of their experiences. That doesn't mean that we can't learn our language on our own, and some of my kids and my grandchildren have started to do that, and as well as take up the different cultural ceremonies and that. So right now I'm getting ready, me and my family, to go to Sundance. And that is such an amazing celebration of life, as is this. Every celebration, every coming together that we do, where we eat and we sing and we dance, that's a celebration of life. It honors each and every one of us that are here today, and everyone that attends any of those ceremonies. So I thank you on behalf of the university and all those that are here to honor the graduates. I thank you, and I look forward to being part of the rest of this ceremony. Thank you.
You gonna be okay, or you need help? Here we go. Thank you. Okay, you may be seated at this time, and thank you for standing. Dancers, you are excused for the day. You can go back to your tables. You can do whatever it is you need to do, but make sure you see me before you leave. Singers, you can pack up the drum, lift it up. You can have a seat. You can also be excused until later on when we have to sing an honor song and a closing. So with that being said, we're going to continue on and move forward with our agenda. Now, from what I understand, this guy's a North End guy, and I'm a North End guy, so I was born and raised and proud of it. You know, it's nice to know that we have a fellow North Ender, but he's the new head honcho. I call him the Grand Poobah. He doesn't know that yet, but he does now. And if you're old enough to know who the Grand Poobah is, that's back in the Flintstone days, the big head honcho. But Dr. Todd A. Mondor, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg. We're going to ask him for some opening and welcoming remarks. Let's give him a nice big round of applause. All right.
Thanks, Coco. Nice to meet you. Well, thanks very much. I am a North End guy. I grew up in the North End, went to Sisler High School, came here because it was a shorter bus ride from my house, and never dreamed I would be back as president of the university. It is a humbling thing to be here. I've been president for 2 months, so fairly new, but this is my first convocation-related event, and I couldn't be more proud and more grateful to be able to be included today to help congratulate all of our Indigenous graduates. So this week, the university is proud to celebrate the graduation of more than 100 Indigenous students and reflects one of the strongest Indigenous student participation rates in Canadian universities. This ceremony provides an opportunity to recognize our graduates in a special way, and we're doing so in a place where we acknowledge the university is located on the original Treaty 1 land and in the heartland of the Métis Nation. This recognition of the lands, I keep bumping the microphone here, this recognition of the lands in which we're situated is vital to reconciliation and part of the University of Winnipeg's overall commitment to Indigenous engagement and success. We're thankful to our elders, knowledge keepers, and community members who provide us with advice and help guide our direction. Their generosity of wisdom and knowledge is recognized and very much valued. By incorporating Indigenous teachings through our curricula, within our research, across our spaces, and as part of our decision-making processes, we're working to advance reconciliation, support achievement, and are striving to make an impact on all individuals and society as a whole. This can be seen in a number of unique programs at the University of Winnipeg, including Pathway to Graduate Studies and the Indigenous Summer Scholars Program, which provides students with an academic mentorship and research opportunities and prepare them for careers in a wide range of areas. For example, a couple of examples of recent or past graduates. Taylor Wilson from Fisher River Cree Nation, also has connections to Fairford and Peguis First Nations, completed her undergraduate and graduate degrees at the U of W and is now shaping policy as a research ethics coordinator for First Nations Health and Social Secretariat of Manitoba. Jamie Wilson is Vice President of Indigenous Strategy, Research and Business Development at Red River College Polytechnic, and he's an alumnus of both the Collegiate and the University of Winnipeg. Like those graduates who have come before you, I'm confident that through your studies with us, you've developed a foundation of skills and knowledge that will put you in a position to succeed no matter where your journey takes you. The celebration here today and convocation ceremonies later on this week provide an opportunity to celebrate that achievement and the bright future that's ahead of you, as much as to congratulate you on your success in completing your academic program. Of course, in contrast with other graduates in the university's history, or most other graduates, your pathway to graduation was interrupted by obstacles that none of us ever could have imagined as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. But you overcame those obstacles, you persevered, you adapted, and you triumphed. On behalf of myself and everyone at the University of Winnipeg, I want you to know how proud we are of your achievement and your success, especially given the challenges of the last couple of years. There's a quote that I would like to leave you with. It's by Harriet Tubman, who said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world." Heartfelt congratulations to all graduates and their families, and best wishes for a happy and rewarding journey ahead as you move ahead to change the world. Thank you, miigwech.
All right. Well, you know what? How many of you want to do a little bit of toe tapping right now? Because at this time, we're going to be asking our fiddler to make their way to the stage, along with our guitar player. You know, Mr. Desjardins is a very well-known musician. He's been around for quite some time, and if you're ever into singing karaoke, his son on Thursdays does karaoke. You know, but he's also an accomplished singer and musician, along with his daughter-in-law, Shanine Robinson. So we're going to let them do what we call the Red River Jig, originally done from, I believe it was Reg Bavette, right?
Andy Desjardins.
Andy Desjardins. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. I always thought that was Reg. What?
Play with Andy.
Ah. Okay.
Goes to show you how old I am. It's been a pleasure and a privilege. Merci. Nope, got it this time. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. You know, back in the day when I was a kid, something always used to be said I'd hear on the radio was wicked. Anybody remember that? If you're old enough, you would remember. You know, one of the things that I also wanted to do, I also wanted to be able to acknowledge David Bowden from Manitoba Heritage, Associate Minister, Education, Ministry of Agriculture, and the Winnipeg Region Director. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being with us. You know what? There's so many different things that people tell me that I got to do, and sometimes I forget. And I didn't forget that. I was just waiting to introduce our next person to be able to do that. So we're going to call Tanis up here at this time. You know, I've known Tanis for some time, since Folkorama back in the day. We used to have DOTC Folkorama right in this building. It was the best building. It was the best location. And we got always top 1, 2 for all of the groups. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a message from our ASSC, Tanis McLeod Kolisnik. Okay.
Well, welcome to the celebration. First of all, I'd like us to acknowledge our Indigenous elders and knowledge keepers that connect us to the past and are also with us in the present. That's very important. I also want to welcome our new University of Winnipeg President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Todd Wander, our new friend, and many of the University of Winnipeg leaders that are here today. There's lots of professors here, so that is a wonderful thing to see as well. Thank you for being a part of this celebration, everyone. And together we are here to honor our University of Winnipeg Indigenous graduates of 2022. We celebrate with you all your hard work, your dedication, and your determination. It is true that we never reach times of accomplishment like this alone. On this educational journey, your family members and loved ones, and yes, even your little ones in your circle, your Indigenous communities, the professors who helped your knowledge and skill sets to grow, and a variety of staff that journeyed with you as well. We are all here with you. Know that. And you are part of a circle of caring, and now we get to celebrate with you. Way to go. At ASSC, even through the pandemic, our elders provided teaching and sharing circles to help us discover or carry forward Indigenous traditions. And as Indigenous people of this land, our diversity makes us strong. Reconnecting looks different from one person to the next. And for some, it's Indigenous art. For others, it may be ceremony or cultural celebrations. It could be embracing an Indigenous language. Drumming, heard some great drumming today. Fiddle music, some great fiddle music today, and some dancing. All are ways to celebrate. So to our First Nations, Métis, and Inuit students, whatever that looks like for you, I want you to claim it, make it yours, and add it to this day to make a beautiful memory. Your Indigenous voice is important, and you will be the change makers in your workplaces, in your community, in your families, and your time for next steps is now. And this is why we celebrate today, so well done. Thank you for allowing the University of Winnipeg and the Aboriginal Student Services Center staff, Jeff, Randy, Tim, and I, and our elders, to be a part of your time at the University of Winnipeg, from your beginnings with us until this celebration. So congratulations from all of us, and all the best to you in your futures. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you. You know, there was a fellow I met last summer when we were singing at the beginning of the year when university started kind of after the pandemic. We've always seen each other, but you know, he's represents all of the students here at the university, and at this time I'd like to call upon up to the stage Mr. Jonathan Henderson, University of Winnipeg Student Association. With a good positive message, hey.
Thank you, Ray. Oh, wow. What an honor to look across this room and see all these beautiful graduates. I'm truly honored and humbled to be able to stand here before you on behalf of the UWSA and say congratulations. As a fellow graduate of the Indigenous Studies program, I understand how hard it is to be an Indigenous student to overcome the many obstacles and systemic barriers that we as Indigenous people have to face. And it's truly inspirational to see how many people have overcome those obstacles to be here today and to graduate and to show that perseverance that our ancestors have shown us, and for us to be here today and to honor ourselves in graduation. And it's such a privilege to be here to give you that congratulations and good luck in all your future endeavors, and continue to inspire, because you're all inspiration and role models for not only your family but also your communities as well too. So again, celebrate in your ways and with your families and friends, and make sure you guys celebrate really well and hard, because it is a truly honor to persevere and to be at the place where you're at, because it is a true blessing. Again, yeah, thank you, thank the Creator again for that blessing of being in this place of graduation as well too, because without the Creator you won't be where you're at. So again, and best of luck in your futures as well.
Holy smokes, that's a big guy. We're going to have to give him a new name, Sabe. Hey. So at this time, what we're going to do is I'm going to actually take a little bit of time for myself. I'm going to be asking our people that's going to be doing our presentations to start getting ready at this time for your presentations. You know, a lot of times I come to different places, I go to different organizations, and I teach. That's what I do, you know. I worked in a school for 25 years in the North End, you know, in a program called ASSC, and most people don't even know what that is, but it's Learning Assistance Center. I worked at a place called Isaac Newton. You know, one of the things that this way of life, this drum, has taken me from a North End kid and doing everything that was done in the North End that could possibly be done as a bad guy, you know. I would be like that Tony Montana, take a look at the bad guy. You're not going to see a bad guy like me again. That was me, literally. You know, but when I found out what ceremony was about and what it could do for me, that's when my life changed. You heard of a born-again Christian? Well, at that time, I became a born-again Indian kind of thing. You know, I walked away from hanging out at the merch, drinking and doing drugs on a regular basis, and all the friends that I learned and met throughout my time. So it's taken me in one totally different direction to a totally separate direction that took me all over the world. You know, and that's one thing that I envy from you graduates. You graduates have that capability to be able to take a book, read from that book, and comprehend everything that's in that book. That's part of the process of coming to university. My brain, I did damage to it. I can't have that possibility. But what I can do is I can listen, and I can hear, and I can see things, and that's how I have to learn. And it's kind of funny because I go to universities, including Yale. I do presentations about song and dance, you know, but I don't have that degree that calls me a doctor. But I've been doing stuff long enough where I can be called a doctor, and when it comes to teaching, I have that capability and that gift to be able to do so. So with that being said, you know, how many people ever learned how to sing a song before? Hands up. Okay, how many people did not? Hands up. Okay, well, there's a few of you. I need your help. Everybody go, eh, on three. 1, 2, 3. Eh. Good. Now, I want you to say, ya, eh. Ya, eh. Again. Ya, eh. One more time. Okay, that's 3. We all got that, right? All right. Say, ya. Again. Okay, watch my fingers now. Ya, 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 ya. Oh, not bad, eh? On 3. Let's all try it together. 1, 2, 3. Ya, 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 ya. Good, that's the whole song. So I'm going to do that like 3 or 4 times, and then you guys can follow along with me. And then at the end, we're going to have a little bit of exciting part that I'll put in English, all right? So let me do what I call the lead first when I do it with you, and then we're going to do that, but we're going to do it 4 times together. All right, so, Pekka, Cheshkwa. Ya, yo, yo. Everybody now. Ya, yo, yo. Ya, yo, yo. Ya, yo, yo. Ya, yo. Hey yo, hello. When you're thirsty and oh so dry, Coco's Cola, give it a try. Hey, everybody now. Ya, yo, yo. Ya, yo. Awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. We ready to rock and roll? Who's going to do the mic? Do you want?
Colin is coming. Colin Russell.
Oh, wait, Colin Russell, if you don't mind, we're going to ask for you to come to the stage. I'm just going to kind of get out of the way until everything is done. And when we are done the presentations, we're going to be honoring our graduates with a song. So with that being said, the mic is yours, and you are on the air.
Thanks, Ray. Now we've come to the point in the celebration where we'd like to invite each of the graduates to come up, and I will call you by your name, and you can come up and be recognized for your achievement and receive a gift and be celebrated by everyone here. So first is receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Indigenous Studies and Psychology, Deirdre Ackaby. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice and Psychology, Jolene Amos. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice and Indigenous Studies, Kayla Andrews. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in English, Brayden Behrens Squires. Unable to be with us here today, but please recognize receiving the Bachelor of Education and the Bachelor of Arts in English, Kayla Buer. Also unable to be here, but receiving the Bachelor of Arts 4-year in Anthropology and also the 3-year History major, Nanus Bigno. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in English, Erin Catelier. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, Nicole Chartrand. Receiving the Bachelor of Science in Biology, Sydney Kutu. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Indigenous Studies, Brenda Daniels. Receiving the Bachelor of Education, Colin Henry Doyle. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in History, Nicola Dudek. Receiving the Bachelor of Education and the Bachelor of Science in Biology, Braden Freund. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Criminal Justice, Cassidy King. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, Mitchell Klippenstein. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts Honors in Criminal Justice, Shelley Klein. Unable to be with us today, receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, Madison Lacey. Receiving the Bachelor of Science Honors in a Student-Designed major, Sydney Leggett. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, Julian Lerat. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Indigenous Studies, Iraq Labasseur. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, Megan Malcolm. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Indigenous Studies, Kaylin Malcolm Flett. Receiving the Bachelor of Education and the Bachelor of Arts in History, Cameron Mackenzie Roche. Receiving the Master of Marriage and Family Therapy, Wendy McNabb. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Urban and Inner City Studies, Marcia Monias. Unable to be with us today, receiving the Master of Arts in Indigenous Governance, Charlene Moore. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Presley Monroe. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, Nora Muskego. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Conflict Resolution Studies, Carol Muswagon. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Rhetoric and Communications, Lisa Muswagon. Receiving the Masters in Development Practice with a specialty in Indigenous Development, Tara Myron. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts Honors in Psychology, Sharissa Nault. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Theatre and Film and Indigenous Studies, Aria Pierre. Receiving the Bachelor of Education and the Bachelor of Arts in English, Elliot Quaid. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts Honors in Psychology, Erin Sinclair. Receiving the Bachelor of Science 4-year in Biology, Erin Sobkowicz. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, Robin Soucharith. Unable to be with us today, receiving the Bachelor of Science 4-year in Kinesiology, Manon Tetreault. Receiving the Master of Arts in Indigenous Governance, Maureen Touvois. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Urban and Inner City Studies, Sheldon Valaket. Receiving the Master of Arts in Indigenous Governance, Tammy Wolfe. Receiving the Master of Arts in Indigenous Governance, Lisa Young. Let's have another round of applause for the Indigenous graduates of Spring 2022.
Wow, you know what? That's pretty awesome. Do we have any non-Indigenous friends out there? Hands up if you're non-Indigenous. Okay, I'm going to teach you a slang word we like to use all the time. Ever sick. Hey, just kidding. You know, that's funny. I was thinking, I was looking at all the graduates. I said, hey, I know that person. Hey, I know that person. You know, Winnipeg and Manitoba was a small place, and so is Canada. And I just wanted to say this medallion here. Thank you, Lisa. I'm pretty sure she's the one who made it. She's an awesome beater. She's got a doctorate in beading as well. But, you know, at this time, what we would like to do, you know, because we want to be able to follow the proper protocol, is we're just going to ask everybody, including our graduates, we're going to be asking the singers to sing a song to honor them. You know, one of the things about accomplishing something in our lives, and it's a major milestone, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you say to yourself, oh man, that's sweet. I did it. After this and this and this and that and all these obstacles you have to overcome just to get to where you are and for this day to happen, it's really sweet. One of the songs that I composed a few years back ago, you know, it's called Sweet, and it's, I think, our last album we made together. So that's a song that I chose to be able to sing to honor the grads. And, you know, one of the things that I'm very humbled by is being asked to be able to come and do this. You know, this is kind of who I am and what I do now. And I tried to do the best I possibly can. I tried to have a little bit of fun because, you know, that's who we are as First Nations people. We like to laugh. We like to be able to have fun. So at this time, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up getting the guys to sing a song called Sweet as soon as I get there. And then following that, we're going to be doing... we're going to be asking Megan Malcolm to do a student address. and then we'll be closing off with a prayer. So with that being said, for those of you that can, including our graduates, this song is for you. Hey, here we go. Let's have a nice big round of applause for our graduates. Yeah. Trying to be all cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, my mic's not even on. Ever sick. Hey, see, that's a good time to use that. All right, so this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking student address, Megan Malcolm. If you can come on up at this time, that'll be good. Following that, we're going to be doing our closing prayer. We'll be asking Elder Sharon to be able to come and do that. As soon as she's done that, the drum will sound. We'll do a final song, and that'll be it for the day. So you want to save all your pictures. We got some beautiful backdrops right here. You can do that if you want to, and it's so nice to see all of you. So Megan, if you can, I'd like to ask you to please make your way to the stage at this time. I thought it, oh, sorry. I thought you were over there somewhere. Oh, it's all you.
Hi, everyone. Bonjour, Anin, Megan, Dishnakas, Maigan, Indo Dam, Roseau River, Indo G. So what I said is, hello, everyone. My name is Megan. I'm from the Wolf Clan, and I am a member of Roseau River Anishinaabe First Nation. And I want to say good afternoon, respected guests, staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. I'd like to thank you all for joining us on this very special occasion. It is with great honor that I'm able to address this speech from my fellow classmates and everyone who has came to support us on this great accomplishment. Graduation is a time of reflecting on the past and looking onward to the future. It is also a time that we as graduates get to have one last hurrah before moving on to bigger and better adventures. Just before this speech, I was talking to Randy about how just 4 years ago, I remember walking into the orientation on Lockhart Hall and thinking to myself, wow, 4 years, this is gonna go by so slow. Now looking back, the time has really gone by fast. And I credit my time at the University of Winnipeg for shaping me into the individual that I am. I would say that I'm a lot more confident and assertive. I have pretty amazing experiences here. I got involved in student politics. I'm forthcoming a research publication with a University of Winnipeg faculty member, Dr. Jeannie Kerr, who is now a really supporter for me, and I also lobbied the federal government on Parliament Hill. I gave a speech in the House of Commons. I was an invited delegate at the United Nations, but all these things that I've accomplished here, I would have never imagined when I was just starting my time at the University of Winnipeg. So I would say, like, I'm confident that these experiences that have equipped me, prepared me for my next academic journey and beyond. I'd like to thank our parents, guardians, professors, staff at the Aboriginal Student Services, and our friends, and all other supporters in our lives who are doing everything in their power to get us to this point today. From the simple words of encouragement before a big test, they've been by our sides through it all. From a personal standpoint, I was blessed with a support system that has guided, encouraged, and motivated me to set challenging goals for myself. They instilled a notion that hard work really does pay off in the long run. The endless support of my family is the main reason I'm able to accomplish my goals. And I just want to say to everyone that you are a living proof of how tough, resourceful, and resilient that we as Indigenous peoples are. You stayed up nights studying for your tests and exam. You used those band funds in a good way. You used that bursary money to pay rent and tuition. Even when partying might have seemed like the interesting at that time, some of you even raised children and muscle your way through as single parents. We in Indigenous country are very proud of you. And I acknowledge the determination and self-reliance that is needed to develop and achieve your goals. Many of us in this place of academia, it is lonely, difficult to dream in such a lofty way, to fit in where in most cases, some of you are probably a first generation, but still, here you are pressed on. It is you, the overachievers, the ones who buck off the pain of centuries, the ones who are strong and articulate and determined. It is all of you who will lead our peoples in a good way forward. It's been a long, perhaps very exhausting and not always fun, but certainly valuable and a rewarding journey. I'm wishing every single one of you success in this new chapter, and I just want to say thank you to ASSC for asking me to speak today, even though I was going to not show up, but but thank you, yeah, and miigotch.
Well, you speak really well, and I think you're ready to move on. Hey, that's good. You know what? One of the things that a lot of us people need to be able to do is overcome that fear to be able to speak in front of people. And it doesn't matter where you are or where you come from or how educated you are, you always get that tingling inside, you know? That's one of the things that we have to overcome. And when it comes to the drum, when it comes to these kids for dancing in front of you, that takes a lot of courage. You know, so if we can start our children young and build them up so when they get to this age and even to the point where you are all at today, you know, we know they're ready and they're ready to go off and do what they need to do. So with that being said, I'd just like to say it's been an awesome afternoon. Thank you to all the speakers and congratulations to all our graduates and the families, you know. Going to school, like you said, it's a really tough thing. You know, you need support. You need support from your brothers, your sisters, even your nieces and nephews, just to babysit while you can go to school, or your grannies and grandpas and parents. You know, there's a whole bunch of things obstacles that tend to come our way whenever it comes time for us to be able to achieve anything. But for whatever reason, we stay strong, we continue to move forward, and we overcome each and every obstacle that heads our way when accomplishing our goals. Focus, focus, focus. That's what and that's what you did. You did it. So at this time, we're going to start closing things off. I'm going to be asking our elder to help us out. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the song, because as soon as she's done, I'll sing a song to close. Over 33 years ago, I started singing with the drum group, and I still do today, called the Red Shadow Singers. One of the first songs I ever learned back then in my first year of singing in ceremony was what I call the Ancestor Song. And it talks about our Anishinaabe and giving thanks to that higher power for being able to stand and stand strong. You know, every day we thank that higher power to be able to give us that strength to overcome that obstacle. Coming from a Cree and Ojibwe background, I open up with a Cree song. I'll finish off with an Ojibwe song from my original drum group called the Red Shadow Singers. And I've been singing with them, like I said, for over 34 years. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to our elder, and she's going to do a prayer. And as soon as she's done that prayer, I'll sound the drum, and we'll finish off with that song.
Thank you. It's listening to everybody speak this afternoon, Malcolm and Coco, Jonathan, all the higher-ups here at the university. It all winds up to that you've got a great life ahead of you. You honor your ancestors, you honor yourselves, you honor your families, and you honor this place where you have learned so much. You've learned to overcome. You can stand proud and say that you have arrived, and you will go from here to accomplish many great things. So as you go on your journeys, I ask Creator that He bless you all, keep you safe, and continue to bless you as you follow your dreams into the future. Igasani.
All right. You know what? You may be seated. You guys are kind of excused for the day, but before I leave, I would like to thank a few people that helped us out here today. So I have a little bit of a list that I'd like to be able to say. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Lionel DeJarlis and Morgan Grace. Also to the Walking Wolf Singers. Let's give them a nice big round of applause. Yeah. Our Wichi-Wakanuk Powwow Club dancers. And thank you, Angeline, for making that happen. Miss Nelson. Jonathan Henderson, thank you so much. Also, Megan, thank you. Dr. Todd Mondor, you know, the new Grand Poobah. Hopefully you live that down, so I won't do that anymore in the future. But again, our elder Sharon, thank you so much, Sharon Peltier, thank you so much for being here. And Colin Russell, thank you once again. You know, and, oh, I don't know if this was mentioned, but, you know, those star quotes that you ended up getting, that's Trisha Dano. She's the one who did that, Trisha Dano. So if you're looking, yeah, awesome. Aboriginal Student Service Center, we have Mr. Jeffrey Booth over here. You want to just wave your hand so they know? All right. Tim Coughlin, yeah. Tanis, we all know Tanis, yeah. And then we met Sharon and also Randy. Wait, where's Randy? There he is. You know, these guys helped me out, and they've asked me to do a few things for the powwow as well. And also, I also like to say thank you to Tatiana Caraville. Did I say that right? Okay, there she is back there. Wave to the people so we know who you are. This is the event services people. Also, Suzanne. Where are you, Suzanne? Is she here? She's, okay, that's fine. And marketing, we'd like to say thank you to Jennifer Cox, Brandon Logan, Kate Stewart, and media services, Bryce Brennan, right? So with that being said, there's no way for us to say goodbye, but until we meet again, thank you, my friends and relatives, and we will see you somewhere down the road. Stay safe. Aho. 369. 369, break. Hey.